In 2008, the Dallas Cowboys, picking 22nd, go with Arkansas running back Felix Jones. Miss. Played 6 seasons in the NFL, but never started more than 8 games. 3 picks later that same year, they grabbed South Florida corner Mike Jenkins. Meh. He made a Pro Bowl and started 68 games, but he was out of the league after 8 seasons. 2010, with the 24th pick, they pick up Oklahoma State wideout Dez Bryant. Hit.
End zone. Dez goes up and gets it.
3 Pro Bowls and named first-team All-Pro once, and leads all receivers in touchdown receptions since 2010. In 2011, they used the 9th pick on USC tackle Tyron Smith. Home run. 5 straight Pro Bowls, named first-team All-Pro twice, and considered the best left tackle in the NFL. In 2012, picking 6th, they draft LSU corner Maurice Claiborne. Meh. Middle-of-the-road starter, just never quite developed into the lockdown corner he was expected to be. In 2013, drafting 31st, they steal Wisconsin center Travis Frederick. Major hit. He's made the last 4 Pro Bowls and named first-team All-Pro once. Might be the best center in the league. In 2014, with the 16th pick, they add Notre Dame offensive lineman Zach Martin. Another huge hit. He's been a Pro Bowler every year he's played and named first-team All-Pro twice in 4 years as a starting guard for the Cowboys. In 2015, they used a 27th pick on Byron Jones, a corner from Connecticut. Meh. He started in 43 of 48 games but has just 1 career pick. In 2016, with the 4th pick, they go with Ohio State running back Ezekiel Elliott.
Take it one way, throw it the other way to Ezekiel Elliott. Back to the inside. Are you kidding me?
Another hit. 22 career rushing TDs already, and he's averaged 104.6 rushing yards per game. And in 2017, with the 28th pick, Dallas picks up Taco Charlton, Michigan defensive end. Meh. He started slow, but he did pick it up with 3 sacks in the final 9 games of the season, so there is some hope. Final tally, 4 mess, 1 miss, 5 hits. Dallas's pick in this year's draft is 19th overall. In 2006, the Philadelphia Eagles picked 14th and took Florida State defensive tackle Broderick Bunkley. Miss. He was supposed to be the next Warren Sapp, but only had 8.5 sacks in 9 years. In 2009, picking 19th, they grabbed Jeremy Maclin, a wide receiver from Missouri. Meh. He did have a couple 1,000-yard-plus receiving years, but overall, just okay. In 2010, they used a 13th pick on Michigan DN Brandon Graham. Hit. It took some time for him to get going, but he leads the Eagles in sacks since 2014. 2011, with the 23rd pick, Danny Watkins, guard out of Baylor. That's a big miss. 2 years with Philadelphia and just 3 overall in the NFL. In 2012, they take Mississippi State defensive tackle Fletcher Cox 12th overall.
It's Fletcher Cox who gets in there.
Home run. Pro Bowler 3 years straight and one of the best defensive tackles in the league. In 2013, picking 4th, they land Oklahoma tackle Lane Johnson. Call it back-to-back home runs. Johnson was named first-team All-Pro in 2017. In 2014, picking 26th, they grab Marcus Smith, defensive end from Louisville. That's a miss. 0 starts in 4 years and a total of just 6.5 sacks. He's off the Eagles roster in only 3 years. In 2015, the Eagles were picking 20th and grabbed USC wide receiver Nelson Aguilar. Hit. Last year, he blossomed into one of the best slot receivers in the NFL and helped lead the Eagles to a world championship. In 2016, they trade up to number 2 and get North Dakota State quarterback Carson Wentz. Another hit. He was looking like the league's MVP before getting hurt last fall.
Wentz, touchdown, Selleck.
And in 2017, with the 14th pick, they go with Tennessee defensive end Derek Barnett. Hit. 5 sacks his rookie year, recovered a fumble in the Super Bowl, and will be a likely starter in 2018. Final tally, 1 meh, 3 misses, 6 hits. Philadelphia picks 32nd this year. In 2008, the Giants had the 31st pick and took Miami DB Kenny Phillips. Miss. 8 seasons and only 8 career picks, but he was a starter for their 2011 Super Bowl winning team. In 2009, picking 29th, they take North Carolina wideout Hakeem Nicks. Meh. 2 seasons of over 1,000 receiving yards, but he faded toward the end of his career. In 2010, they land Jason Pierre-Paul, defensive end out of South Florida, with the 15th pick.
Knocked away by Jason Pierre-Paul.
That's a hit. 58.5 career sacks, and even with the fireworks accident, a pass rushing force. In 2011, with the 19th pick, Prince Amukamara was the selection, a corner out of Nebraska. Meh. He's been a serviceable corner, a full-time starter, when he's been healthy. In 2012, they used a 32nd pick on Virginia Tech running back David Wilson. Miss, but only because he suffered a neck injury that cut his career short after just 3 seasons. In 2013, picking 19th, they add Syracuse tackle Justin Pugh. That's a hit. He's been a solid lineman who started all 63 games he's played in, and he just cashed in free agency. In 2014, with the 12th pick, they steal LSU wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. Home run. 90-plus receptions, 1,300-plus receiving yards, and double-digit TDs his first 3 years in the league. In 2015, they used a 9th pick on Miami tackle Eric Flowers. Miss. Flowers has been a bit of a mess at left tackle his 3 years in the NFL. In 2016, drafting 10th, they went with Ohio State corner Eli Apple. Miss. After a solid rookie campaign, his sophomore season ended with him being suspended by the team. And in 2017, they had the 23rd pick and landed Evan Ingram, tight end from Ole Miss.
The end zone, touchdown Giants, Evan Ingram.
That's a hit. 64 catches and 722 yards to go along with 6 touchdowns as a rookie. Final tally, 2 mez, 4 misses, 4 hits. The New York Giants picked 2nd in this year's draft. In 2005, picking 9th, the Washington Redskins pick up Auburn corner Carlos Rogers. Hit. He played in the year for 10 years, a full-time starter for most of them, and he made a Pro Bowl. Later that same draft, picking 25th, they went with Rogers' teammate, quarterback Jason Campbell. Miss. He wasn't terrible, but Washington traded 3 picks to move up to get him, and he never lived up to the hype. In 2007, they had the 6th pick and took LaRon Landry, safety from LSU. Meh. He did start 97 games and make a Pro Bowl, but more was expected from the 6th overall pick. In 2009, they grabbed Texas linebacker Brian Orakpo with the 13th selection. Hit. 7 or more sacks in 7 different seasons. In 2010, they took Trent Williams, a tackle from Oklahoma, 4th overall. Another hit. 106 starts in 107 games and has made the last 6 straight Pro Bowls. In 2011 now, picking 16th, it was Ryan Kerrigan, defensive end from Purdue. Hit. He's had more than 7 sacks every year he's played to go along with 3 Pro Bowl appearances.
And that's Kerrigan again. That's 2 for him tonight.
In 2012, they used the 2nd pick on Baylor quarterback Robert Griffin III. Miss. RG3 came out of the gates on fire, but he never replicated that magical rookie season. In 2015, with the 5th pick, Washington takes Iowa tackle Brandon Sheriff. Hit. Made the last 2 Pro Bowls and has started every game he's played in. In 2016, picking 22nd, the Skins go with Josh Doxson, wide receiver, TCU.
It's pulled in, and into the end zone goes Doxson for a touchdown.
Miss, though he did show a few flashes that he could be on the upswing. And in 2017, they grabbed Bama defensive tackle Jonathan Allen, 17th overall. Meh, he was dominant against the run, but an injury cut his rookie season to just 5 games. Final tally, 2 mess, 3 misses, 5 hits. Washington's pick in this year's draft, 13th overall. In 2008, Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Kansas cornerback Aqib Talib with the 20th pick. That's a hit. It took a bit to really hit his stride, but he's made the last 5 straight Pro Bowls. In 2009, picking 17th, they went with Kansas State quarterback Josh Freeman. That's a miss. He did have a few good years, but was just 24-35 as a starter in Tampa. In 2010, they used the 3rd pick on Oklahoma defensive tackle Gerald McCoy.
Taken down by Gerald McCoy.
That's a major hit. He's made the last 6 Pro Bowls, named first team All-Pro once, and he's had 5+ sacks in 6 straight years. In 2011, they stayed with defense and grabbed Iowa defensive end Adrian Claiborne with the 20th pick. Meh. He's had a few good seasons, but missed 28 games in 4 years with the Bucs. In 2012, picking 7th, they add Bama safety Mark Barron. Meh. Full-time starter every year he's played, but didn't fully blossom till he landed with the Rams. Later in that draft, they get Boise State running back Doug Martin with the 31st pick. Another meh. A couple Pro Bowl seasons early, but 4 other years you'd like to forget about. In 2014, they had the 7th pick and landed Texas A&M wideout Mike Evans. That's a big hit. More than 1,000 yards receiving all 4 years in the NFL. In 2015, they picked 1st and grabbed Florida State quarterback Jameis Winston.
Winston, nice job to avoid the blitzing Keanu Neal. Now launches one. Touchdown by Mike Evans.
Hit. Though he does need more wins to stay in that category, 69 TDs to 44 picks in his 3 years. In 2016, with the 11th pick, they grabbed Vernon Hargraves, a corner from Florida. Meh. He's been a full-time starter both seasons, but just 1 career interception. And in 2017, they used the 19th pick on Alabama tight end O.J. Howard. That's a hit. 6 TDs his rookie year and looks like a double-digit TD guy for years to come. Final tally, 4 mez, 1 miss, and 5 hits. The Bucs pick in this year's draft is 7th overall. In 2008, the Atlanta Falcons used the 3rd pick on Boston College quarterback Matt Ryan. That was a home run. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler. He's been named first-team All-Pro once and was a 2016 NFL MVP.
And that pass is going to be hauled in by Jones for a touchdown.
That same year, 18 picks later, they took Sam Baker, offensive tackle from USC. Meh. Only played 14 or more games in a season 3 times in 7 years. In 2009, they used a 24th pick on Perry Jerry, a defensive tackle from Ole Miss. That's a miss. His career lasted just 5 seasons, and he only produced 5.5 career sacks. In 2010, they picked 19th and selected Sean Witherspoon, a linebacker from Missouri. That's a miss. Injuries have consistently gotten in his way, and he has just 2 seasons of 13 or more starts. Then in 2011, they nabbed Alabama receiver Julio Jones with the 6th pick.
Julio in both feet down for the touchdown.
That was a home run. 5-time Pro Bowler named first-team All-Pro twice. In 2013 now, with the 22nd pick, they had Desmond Trufant, a corner from Washington. That's a hit. He was a Pro Bowler in 2015 and a regular starter all 5 seasons, 72 starts, and 72 career games. In 2014, they picked 6th and grabbed Texas A&M offensive tackle Jake Matthews. Meh. 63 starts, but no Pro Bowls to his record. 2015, with the 8th pick, they grabbed Clemson linebacker Vic Beasley. Meh. He led the NFL with 15.5 sacks in year 2, but followed that up with only 5 sacks last year. In 2016, picking 17th, they grabbed Keanu Neal, safety out of Florida. That's a hit. More than 100 tackles both years he's been in the league. And in 2017, they took UCLA defensive end Tack McKinley, 26th overall. That's a hit. 6 sacks as a rookie despite not starting a single game. The final tally, 3 mez, 2 misses, 5 hits. The Falcons' first-round pick this year is 26th overall. In 2007, the Carolina Panthers used the 25th selection on Miami linebacker John Beeson. Hit. He went to 3 Pro Bowls and was a first-team All-Pro once, but injuries ended his career in 2016. In 2008, they spent the 13th selection on Oregon running back Jonathan Stewart.
10th play of this drive. Stewart, touchdown.
That's a hit. He's the Panthers' all-time leader in rushing yards. The same draft 6 picks later, they grabbed Pitt offensive tackle Jeff Otah. Miss. In the league for only 4 years, just could never stay healthy. In 2011, they used the number 1 overall pick on Auburn quarterback Cam Newton. That's a big hit. 3 Pro Bowls, first-team All-Pro once, and the 2015 NFL MVP. In 2012, they picked 9th and grabbed BC linebacker Luke Kuechly, another massive hit. One of the best players in the game. He's been to 5 straight Pro Bowls. He's been a first-team All-Pro 4 of the last 5 years. In 2013, they pick up Utah defensive tackle Star Lotulelei with the 14th pick. A hit again. He's a starter all 5 seasons in the league. Although he doesn't put up big numbers, his play is a reason others do. In 2014, picking 28th, they go with Florida State wideout Kelvin Benjamin. Meh. He started out hot, but you don't usually trade a guy after 2 seasons if he's a hit. In 2015, with the 25th pick, they went with Shaq Thompson, a linebacker from Washington. Meh again. He's been a full-time starter all 3 years, but still waiting to break through. In 2016, drafting 30th, they grabbed Louisiana Tech defensive tackle Vernon Butler. That's a miss. He's spent 2 years in the league and has yet to start a single game. And in 2017, they used the 8th overall pick on Stanford running back Christian McCaffrey. That's a hit. McCaffrey caught 80 balls as a rookie and had 7 total touchdowns. Final tally, 2 miss, 2 misses, and 6 hits. Carolina's draft pick this year is 24th overall. In 2010, with the 32nd pick, the Saints selected Florida State corner Patrick Robinson. That's a meh. Robinson spent 8 seasons in the league with 4 different teams, but he did blossom last year in Philadelphia. In 2011, they used a 24th pick on Cal defensive end Cameron Jordan. That's a big hit. 3 Pro Bowls, named first-team All-Pro once, and has had 7.5+ sacks in each of the last 6 seasons. That same draft, 4 picks later, they grabbed Alabama running back Mark Ingram.
Off to the races, touchdown!
Another hit. Took a few seasons to get going, but he's made 2 Pro Bowls and has 44 career rushing touchdowns. In 2013, they used the 15th pick on Texas safety Kenny Vaccaro. That's a meh. Starter for the Saints the first 5 years, but they let him walk this offseason. In 2014, they picked 20th and took Oregon State wide receiver Brandon Cooks. That's a hit. He's had over 1,000 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns each of the last 3 years. In 2015, picking 13th, it was Stanford tackle Andrews Peat. Hit. Pete has developed into one of the better guards in the NFL. That same year, picking 31st, they grabbed Clemson linebacker Stephon Anthony. That's a miss. Lasted just 2 years with New Orleans. He's now in Miami. In 2016, they went with a defensive tackle from Louisville, Sheldon Rankins, 12th overall. Meh. He could be on the upswing, but I'm still waiting for the production to match the talent.
Oh, he threw the interception to Lattimore.
Then in 2017, they select Ohio State corner Marshawn Lattimore, 11th overall. That's a huge hit. 5 interceptions in year 1 to go along with the Defensive Rookie of the Year award. And finally, the 32nd pick in that same draft, they pick up Wisconsin tackle Ryan Ramczyk. Another hit, one of the best rookie tackles in the NFL last year. Final tally, 3 mez, 1 miss, 6 hits. New Orleans picks 27th this year. In 2008, the Arizona Cardinals select Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie out of Tennessee State with the 16th pick. Hit. DRC's 30 career picks are second most of any quarterback drafted that year. In 2009, the Cardinals go with Ohio State running back Beanie Wells with the 31st pick. Miss. He looked promising, but knee injuries ended his career after just 4 seasons. In 2010, they used a 26th pick on defensive tackle Dan Williams from Tennessee. Meh. Williams hasn't put up big numbers, but he has been a solid player in the NFL. In 2011, picking 5th, they wisely took LSU corner Patrick Peterson.
It's deflected and they picked off by Patrick Peterson.
That's a home run. He's been a Pro Bowler every year he's played and named first-team All-Pro 3 times. In 2012, they took Notre Dame wideout Michael Floyd 13th overall. That's a miss. He cracked the 1,000-yard mark just once, and he's been on 3 different teams in 6 years. In 2013, they used the 7th pick on North Carolina guard Jonathan Cooper. Miss. He's been on 3 teams in 5 years, although last year in Dallas, he played his best football. In 2014, they snagged Dayon Buchanan, a Washington State safety, with the 27th pick.
Goff throws, intercepted.
That's a hit. They quickly converted him to linebacker, and he's been Arizona's leader in tackles since being drafted. In 2015, it was Florida tackle DJ Humphries with the 24th pick. Meh, so far at least. Didn't play his rookie year, but he has shown some promise and is slated to be the starting left tackle in Arizona. In 2016, they took Robert Kimdichie, a defensive tackle from Ole Miss. Miss. In 2 seasons, 0 starts, 0 sacks. And in 2017, Arizona went with Hassan Reddick, a linebacker from Temple, with the 13th pick. That's a miss so far. Just 2.5 sacks his rookie year and only started 3 games with the Cardinals. Final tally, 2 mez, 5 misses, 3 hits. Arizona's pick in this year's draft is 15th overall. In 2009, the Rams had the 2nd overall pick and took Baylor offensive tackle Jason Smith. Major miss. Maybe the biggest Rams draft bust in history. In 2010, it was Sam Bradford, quarterback from Oklahoma, with the 1st overall pick. Miss. He's had injuries galore and is now on his 4th team since being drafted. In 2011, the Rams go North Carolina defensive end Robert Quinn with the 14th pick.
And someone else gets Wilson. It's Quinn.
Hit. Named first-team All-Pro once, 2 Pro Bowls, and 62.5 career sacks. In 2012, it was Michael Brockers, a defensive tackle out of LSU, with the 14th selection. That's also a hit. He's been a full-time starter every year in the league and has 19 career sacks from the interior. In 2013, with the 8th pick, Tavon Austin, wide receiver, West Virginia, was the choice. Miss. It's not that he's been terrible, but he's yet to justify that 8th overall selection. That same year, with the 30th pick, they grab Alec Ogletree, a linebacker from Georgia. That's a hit. He's been a very productive player for the Rams, although he was recently traded to the New York Giants. In 2014, they used the 2nd pick on Auburn offensive tackle Greg Robinson. Miss. 3 years with the Rams, then off to Detroit, where he got cut after just 1 year. 11 picks later, they make up for it, though, landing Aaron Donald, a defensive tackle out of Pitt.
Here comes Donald again, and he got him again!
That's a home run. He's been a Pro Bowler every year and is the reigning NFL Defensive Player of the Year. In 2015, it was Georgia running back Todd Gurley with the 10th pick. That's a hit. A great rookie year followed by the sophomore slump, but then an MVP caliber year this past fall. And in 2016, they took Jared Goff, the quarterback from Cal, with the 1st overall pick. That's a hit. 28 touchdowns and 7 interceptions in his 2nd season landed Goff in the Pro Bowl. Final tally, 0 mez, 4 misses, 6 hits. In 2004, the Seahawks used the 23rd pick on Marcus Tubbs, a defensive tackle out of Texas. Miss. Tubbs' NFL career lasted just 3 seasons, and he finished with just 7 career sacks. In 2005, they took Chris Spencer, a center from Ole Miss, with the 26th pick. Meh. He did play 10 seasons and was a full-time starter for 6 of them. In 2006, picking 31st, they grabbed defensive back Kelly Jennings from Miami. Miss. Only played 6 seasons in the NFL, 2 as a starter. In 2008, Seattle takes Lawrence Jackson, defensive end out of USC, with the 28th pick. Another miss. Jackson was shipped out of the Northwest after just 2 years. In 2009, picking 4th, they grabbed Wake Forest linebacker Aaron Curry. That's a big swing and a miss. Maybe the biggest draft bust in Seahawks history. In 2010, picking 6th, they grabbed Russell Okung, tackle, Oklahoma State. Hit. Okung was a stalwart at left tackle for Seattle for 6 years, and he's made 2 Pro Bowls. In the same draft, 8 picks later, with the 14th pick, they land safety Earl Thomas from Texas.
Intercepted, picked off by Thomas.
That's a grand slam, and the first piece of the Legion of Boom was born. In 2011, picking 25th, they get Alabama guard James Carpenter. But he has started 87 of the 93 games he's played in. In 2012, they picked 15th and grabbed defensive end / outside linebacker Bruce Irvin from West Virginia. Hit. He was a key starter on their Super Bowl winning squad and led the Seahawks in sacks from 2012 to 2014. And finally, in 2016, they used a 31st pick on Jermaine Ifedi, a guard out of Texas A&M. So far, that's a miss. He does have some time to turn it around, but he was the most penalized lineman in the NFL last year. Final tally, 2 mez, 5 misses, 3 hits. Seattle's pick in this year's draft is 18th overall. In 2010, the 49ers used the 11th overall pick on Rutgers offensive tackle Anthony Davis. Meh. He was a solid starter with 71 starts, but he retired in 2016. That same draft, with the 17th pick, they took Idaho guard Mike Iupati. Hit. He's been to 4 Pro Bowls and named first-team All-Pro once. In 2011, with the 7th pick, it was Missouri linebacker / edge rusher Aldon Smith. That's a miss. An incredible first 2 seasons, but off-field issues have overshadowed his on-field performance. In 2012, picking 30th, they take Illinois wide receiver A.J. Jenkins. That's a miss. Lasted 1 year with the Niners, 2 with the Chiefs, and hasn't played since.
End zone and intercepted. Eric Reed has the takeaway.
In 2013, drafting 18th, they grabbed LSU safety Eric Reed. Meh. He was a Pro Bowler his rookie year, but never quite played at that same level again. In 2014, with the 30th pick, they went Jimmy Ward, safety from Northern Illinois. Meh. Injuries have hurt him a little, but he's been a serviceable safety when on the field. In 2015, with the 17th pick, they took Oregon defensive end Eric Armstead. So far, it's a miss. Only 11 starts in 3 years and just 6 career sacks. In 2016, it was another Oregon defensive end, DeForest Buckner, with the 7th pick.
And Buckner gets the sack.
That's a hit. Don't let the 9 career sacks fool you. He consistently harasses opposing quarterbacks. Same draft, with the 28th pick, they grabbed Joshua Garnett, a guard from Stanford. That's a miss. He struggled as a rookie, and an injury cost him all of the 2017 season. In 2017, they used the 3rd pick on Stanford defensive end Solomon Thomas. Meh. They clearly are hoping for more than 3 sacks a year from the number 3 overall pick. And with the Niners, you get a bonus pick. 2017 again, they draft Bama linebacker Reuben Foster. Meh. He had a solid rookie season with 72 tackles in only 10 games, but off-field issues leave his future murky. Final tally, 5 mess, 4 misses, 2 hits. The Niners' pick in this year's draft is 9th overall. In 2011, the Vikings used the 12th pick on Florida State quarterback Christian Ponder. Miss. Hasn't played a game since 2014. In 2012, they used the 4th pick on USC tackle Matt Khalil. Miss. He did make the Pro Bowl as a rookie, but he was expected to be their franchise left tackle, and now he's in Carolina. Same draft, 25 picks later, they got Notre Dame safety Harrison Smith.
Pass is intercepted by Smith.
That's a big hit. Pro Bowler the last 3 years and named first-team All-Pro in 2017. In 2013, picking 23rd, they land Florida defensive tackle Sharif Floyd. Meh. He was solid his first 4 years, but he may never play again due to injury. 2 picks later, they got Xavier Rhodes, a corner from Florida State.
In the air, picked off by Rhodes.
Home run. He may be the best corner in the game at this point in time. And with their 3rd first-round pick, they took Tennessee wide receiver Cordero Patterson. He did make 2 Pro Bowls and was named first-team All-Pro twice as a returner, but they drafted him as a wide receiver. In 2014, picking 9th, it was UCLA linebacker Anthony Barr. He's made the Pro Bowl in 3 straight years. Same year, picking 32nd overall, Teddy Bridgewater, quarterback Louisville. We're going to go with meh here since an injury derailed what seemed like a promising young career. In 2015, they picked 11th and took Michigan State corner Trey Waynes. Meh, he's been a little up and down, but he does lead the Vikings in passes defensed since 2016. And in 2016, they used a 23rd pick on Ole Miss wide receiver Laquan Treadwell. Miss. Only 215 yards receiving and 0 touchdowns his first 2 years. Final tally, 4 mess, 3 misses, 3 hits. Minnesota's pick in this year's draft, 30th overall. In 2007, the Pack used the 16th pick on Tennessee defensive tackle Justin Harrell. Miss. He only played 4 seasons, starting just 2 games, and never once sacked the quarterback. In 2009, picking 9th, they land Boston College defensive tackle B.J. Raji. Made a Pro Bowl and was a key piece to the Super Bowl win over the Steelers. Same draft, 26th pick, they go with USC linebacker Clay Matthews.
Hauled down from behind, and guess who? Clay Matthews.
Big hit. 6 Pro Bowls, a first-team All-Pro once, and the Packers' all-time sack leader. In 2010, they go Iowa tackle Brian Bulaga with the 23rd pick. He's been a mainstay on Green Bay's line ever since they picked him. In 2011, they picked 32nd and took Mississippi State tackle Derek Sherrod. Miss. Sherrod's 20 career games are the fewest of any player drafted in the first round that year. In 2012, they grabbed USC defensive end Nick Perry, 28th overall. He's definitely a player on the rise, recording 18 sacks over the last 2 seasons. In 2013, it was UCLA defensive end Dayton Jones with the 26th pick. Miss. 3 teams in 5 seasons and just 10 career sacks. In 2014, picking 21st, they snagged safety HaHa Clinton Dix out of Alabama.
Terrible pass is picked off by Clinton Dix.
Made a Pro Bowl and has racked up at least 75 tackles each year in the NFL. In 2015, they got ASU safety Demarius Randall, 30th. Meh. At least 3 picks each season he's played, a serviceable corner, but now calls Cleveland home. And in 2016, picking 27th, they grabbed UCLA nose tackle Kenny Clark. After a slow rookie year, he put up 4.5 sacks and 55 tackles. Impressive numbers for an interior defensive lineman. Final tally, 1 meh, 3 misses, 6 hits. Green Bay's pick this year, 14th overall. In 2009, picking first, Detroit takes Georgia quarterback Matthew Stafford.
Stafford putting some air under it, has his man, it's Ebron!
He's the Lions' all-time leader in career passing yards, as well as touchdowns. 19 picks later, they added Oklahoma State tight end Brandon Pettigrew. Miss. Did seem worth it early, has just 17 career touchdowns. In 2010, the Lions get Nebraska defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh with the 2nd pick. He's made 5 Pro Bowls and named first-team All-Pro 3 times. Same draft, 30th pick, they took Cal running back Javid Best. Miss. Lasted just 3 seasons in the NFL before injuries derailed his career. In 2011, they got Auburn defensive tackle Nick Fairley, 13th overall. Miss. Had a couple decent years, but 3 teams in 7 seasons and missed all of last year with an injury. In 2012, they spent the 23rd pick on Riley Reif, offensive tackle from Iowa. Meh. He's been a full-time starter the last 5 years, and to his credit, had a great year last year in Minnesota and seems to be on the rise. In 2013, they used the 5th pick on BYU defensive end Ezekiel Ansah.
Here comes the pressure, and down at the 40, he goes Ansah.
1 season with just 2 sacks, but every other year he's picked up at least 7.5. In 2014, picking 10th, they drafted North Carolina tight end Eric Ebron. Meh. Hasn't lived up to expectations, but 45-plus catches and 500-plus yards in each of the last 3 seasons. In 2015, they used a 28th pick on Duke guard Laken Tomlinson. Miss. Lasted only 2 seasons in Detroit and now plays for the Niners. In 2016, they picked 16th and grabbed Ohio State tackle Taylor Decker. Missed the first half of last season, but he's looked like one of the top left tackles when he's been healthy. And in 2017, they got Florida linebacker Jared Davis. He led all rookies with 96 tackles in 2017. Final tally, 2 mess, 4 misses, 5 hits. Detroit's pick in this year's draft is 20th overall. In 2005, the Bears used the 4th pick on Texas running back Cedric Benson. Miss. He was on 3 teams in 8 years, and even his good year with the Bengals, he only averaged 3.7 yards per carry. In 2007, they took Miami tight end Greg Olsen with the 31st pick. Solid as a Bear, but spectacular as a Panther, making 3 of the last 4 Pro Bowls. In 2008, Chicago takes Vanderbilt tackle Chris Williams at 14. Miss 3 teams in 7 years and only started 57 of 79 career games. In 2011, they go tackle again using the 29th pick on Wisconsin's Gabe Carimi. Another miss. Plagued by injuries out of the gate, his NFL career lasted just 4 years. In 2012, they picked 19th and took Boise State defensive end / linebacker Shea McClellan. Miss 8.5 career sacks and missed all of last year with an injury. In 2013, picking 20th, they took Oregon offensive tackle Kyle Long. Hit. He's a Pro Bowler in each of his first 3 seasons, though injuries have limited him to 18 games over the last 2 years. In 2014, they land Virginia Tech cornerback Kyle Fuller with the 14th pick.
Beautiful breakup by Kyle Fuller.
Hit. Tied for the second most passes defense in 2017 and just got a nice contract to show for it. In 2015, Chicago picked 7th and took West Virginia wide receiver Kevin White. Huge miss. No one knows what White is capable of because he's only played 5 games in 3 seasons. In 2016, they picked up Georgia linebacker Leonard Floyd with the 9th pick.
And down for a safety in the arms of Leonard Floyd.
A generous hit for now. He has 11.5 sacks in 2 years, but also missed 10 games due to injuries. And in 2017, they traded up the 2nd slot and took North Carolina quarterback Mitchell Trubisky. Meh for now. 7 touchdowns, 7 picks as a rookie, a 77.5 passer rating. Final tally, 1 meh, 5 misses, 4 hits. Chicago owns the 8th pick in this year's draft.